Hi Disneylanders with special needs. This is Ashley Jones coming at you with another video. So today is May 11th, which means in less than 2 weeks, actually it'll almost exactly 1 week, I will be going first to Mrs. Knott's chicken dinner, and then Knott's Berry Farm the next day on the 21st of this month to check out the theme park. Will you be there? Tell me in the comments down below if you will plan on going too, once you either get a ticket or an annual pass. And yes, you will need a reservation to go. You can do that through the Knott's Berry Farm app or the Knott's Berry Farm website. But the app is very easy to use. I have it on my Samsung Galaxy phone, and it's very easy for me to use. The other thing I'm going to tell everybody is, if you are planning on going to Knott's Berry Farm during its reopening times and during the annual pass holder preview days, please note that Knott's Berry Farm is going to probably meet close to capacity. I could be wrong. And there are other guidelines you still need to follow. Yes, unfortunately, we still have to wear our masks at all of these theme parks. Except when Soak City reopens, you don't have to wear your mask on the water slides, because I guess they don't want the masks on the water rides in case they get wet and soggy, and they don't want people to lose their masks on the water slides. The other thing I will advise everybody to do is make sure your mask when you're in public places. Again, you hear this all the time. Make sure your mask covers your nose and your mouth and down here by your chin, and goes behind each ear and has connective loops where you could adjust it, or one where your mask will stay on really, really well. Sorry. My eyes keep itching because of my allergies, like I've told you before. Anyway, well, the wind must be happening today or something. I'm not sure. But the other thing I'm going to inform you about is that Knott's Berry Farm is going to have most of the restaurants, I believe, open for outdoor seating. I don't think Orange County is yet directly into the yellow loop yet, even though it looks like they're about ready to go into the yellow tier if they haven't already. LA County is in the yellow tier, and we are very excited because we can now, have better capacity in different places. Fully vaccinated people do not have to wear their masks when they're walking outside. And you still do have to wear your mask when you're going into places. But if you're walking outside in LA County and you're not, posing a risk to anybody once you're fully vaccinated, if somebody says to you, oh, put on your mask, you can say to them, I hate to tell you this, but I'm fully vaccinated, and sorry, I'm not going to put on my mask. I have the right to walk without it now. Just remember, Disneylanders with special needs. If somebody is going to make a derogatory comment about you wearing your mask out in public once you're fully vaccinated, don't be afraid to politely stand up for yourself and, tell people to, please mind their own business. And no negative or derogatory comments on this video or any of the other videos I am doing on my YouTube channel. So anyway, the next subject I'm gonna go into is if you do plan on going to Knott's Berry Farm, the Knott's Berry Farm Marketplace or Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant, the marketplaces have been open since everybody was in the, I think, the red tier or the purple tier at the end. The marketplace is really good. I have really enjoyed going inside the marketplace at Knott's Berry Farm and buying different things like candy, like taffy and other chocolates. I've bought gifts for people. I've gotten myself a couple shirts from Knott's Berry Farm, and I really have enjoyed having Knott's survive through the pandemic, because originally people were very scared that Knott's Berry Farm and the surrounding marketplace and everything may not survive the pandemic. But it has, and we are very happy for that. Many people in other, some of my friends and everything have asked me if TGI Fridays near Knott's Berry Farm, right across from the marketplace, is going to survive. Unfortunately, while it is still open on some days, like the weekends and Fridays, it is not usually open on the other weekdays, and I don't know why. But if the rate they're going, sadly, even though I like TGI Fridays a lot, I wouldn't be surprised, unfortunately, if the pandemic maybe will put them under. TGI Fridays has been a declining restaurant for quite a few years now, and it has seen its share of lots of problems. Another question I was asked by some friends was that, will lockers be available at Knott's Berry Farm? This I am not sure about, because the lockers at Disneyland were not available to be rented out to anybody. So let's say you went on Splash Mountain or didn't want to carry around your bags for the day. Unfortunately, there were no lockers available for rental. I don't know if this is going to be the same for Knott's Berry Farm or not, so I just wanted to clarify. I'm sure you could look that up on knottsberryfarm.com or on the app. And depending on the wait call times, you could probably call Knott's Berry Farm and ask them if locker rentals will be available, but I really kind of doubt it. Anyway, the next thing that you need to make sure you have with you at Knott's Berry Farm is comfortable, well broken in shoes. Try not to wear sandals, flip-flops, high heels, ballet flats if you could help it, depending on what you're comfortable in. Wear tennis shoes, walking shoes, athletic shoes, or something you know is not going to get you blisters. Just in case you do get a cut, a blister, or possibly even a paper cut from fishing through your bags and cutting your fingers on something, you will want to bring band-aids with you. Please make sure the bandages are in a neat, little box or a plastic bag. And please do not throw litter or any other stuff all over the theme parks, because littering is a very big offense, even in theme parks, and you will get in trouble. Also, please remember that if you need to get sunscreen at Knott's Berry Farm, if you didn't bring your own, the problem is they may carry sunscreen, but it may not be the brand you want or the SPF that you are searching for. Some theme parks can carry up to a 50 SPF. I rarely see 100 at theme parks. Now, I have to bring sunscreen with me to the theme parks because my skin is so fair that I use a 100 SPF Neutrogena or copper tone sunscreen, either spray or lotion. I cannot use Banana Boat brand because if I do, unfortunately I'll break out in a hideous rash that is not good to look at. It really stings and it really, really itches. So if you know that you're allergic to something or need to test your skin before you go to a new sunscreen, if you haven't bought one for a while, please do, because otherwise, if you were to break out in a rash at the theme parks, it won't feel good. So far, does anybody have any questions, comments, or anything they would like to say to me? Remember, again, no derogatory comments, questions, bullying, or harassment will be tolerated on my channel or anything that I do. So, all my videos are anti-bullying zones, and so is my channel. Anyway, let's talk about some of the food options that people might be excited about at Knott's Berry Farm and Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner. At Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner, our family really likes going there because we get a lot of bang for our buck when it comes to the food. Great food. It tastes awesome. And there's never a bad meal at Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner. Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner has different menu options that will suit a lot of families. Last time my mom and I went to Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner is when they were just doing the outdoor seating, and we had rhubarb. We had like a rhubarb salad type thing. We had the fried chicken. I had legs and a couple. Actually, I had 2 legs and a thigh. I don't remember exactly what my mom got in terms of hers. And then we also got biscuits. And we got jam and butter. And then I also got some corn with it. Oh, and some mashed potatoes too. So the other thing to be warned about is that most likely once you leave Mrs. Knott's chicken dinner, you will be incredibly full if you have, you know, a normal or a smaller appetite. Please be warned that if you were to then go inside the theme parks and go on too many wild, crazy, and, you know, crazy rides and everything, you could possibly become sick to your stomach. Please wait at least probably 20 minutes or so after you're done eating to start going on the wild, crazy coasters like Silver Bullet, and other ones that, oh, and also Montezuma's Revenge is another crazy one. Ghost Rider doesn't go upside down, but it is pretty fast, and it does bump around quite a bit. So be careful, Disneylanders with special needs, because the last thing I would like to see or hear about with people's stories is people getting an upset stomach at a theme park, like Knott's Berry Farm. So the other food options you will see inside of the gates once you enter the Knott's Berry Farm theme park. If I remember correctly, there's a couple options. I don't know which ones will be open or closed when it comes. There's a Johnny Rockets. There's another few, like, there were some food stands that they had in there. I forgot, I think there might be a Mexican restaurant and a couple Italian style places. I don't remember what's there now because they have changed the restaurants little by little since I was last there. I usually eat at Johnny Rockets when I get inside the park because since ours closed in the mall in Arcadia, I was really upset about that. So I like going in there because I can eat food that I can't really get anymore. My favorite food at Johnny Rockets is probably their burgers, or I know they used to have a really good chicken strip plate that I used to get, some fries, and maybe a Sprite or a Diet Coke. The other thing I really like is onion rings, but some chains carry onion rings and others do not. But it's a nice change from French fries for a while. Sorry. Unfortunately, I think what happened there is that the reason I kind of coughed is because I think when I last had coffee, my throat kind of got irritated from the changing temperature of hot coffee and water that I've had all day. So I'm really sorry that I coughed on the video. I should say choked is more like it. I'm okay now, and thank you. So getting back to where I was, another thing that you need to know is that the rides at Knott's Berry Farm can be family friendly, like the rides in Camp Snoopy. Some near, like the entrance and stuff to the parks, are more suited for kids that are tall enough and families that are thrill seekers. I'm really happy that I really like a lot of rides. I'm not really afraid of much, but like I talked in my other Knott's videos, the new Hang Time coaster looks really intimidating and really scary to me. So most likely I'm not going to go on it unless I can somehow get myself to look past what it does and try to go on the ride. I really like Ghost Rider because it is a really fun vintage style wooden coaster. They may have added a little steel and some other new parts of track to support Ghost Rider because it is a older coaster. Silver Bullet, even though it goes upside down really big and everything, I'm not really scared of that one, but it goes super fast. Another ride I really like is Pony Express. You do have to be like you're straddling a pony or a horse. So you sit with your legs, one on each side, and you're straddled. It does have a restraint system that goes up toward the back of you. Another thing that you're going to have to know is if you have problems like with stairs or other, problems like that, you do have to ask Knott's Berry Farm if there is an alternate way that you can be loaded, and there is, but most likely you will have to use the disability service like I do to go through the alternate or disability access lines. And you may actually end up having to either get a wait time or they'll just direct you to that line. So things might have changed since the last time I was there. Another thing that I will say is the other ride that I really like to go on is, I'm trying to remember the name of it now. Oh, the Timber Mountain Log Ride is one of my all-time favorite rides at Knott's Berry Farm. Yes, it's not as, great as Splash Mountain is at Disneyland. And its theme is less, doesn't have a huge theme except for some mining, characters and a few other things. But it's still really thrilling and you will most likely get soaked. Oh, that's another thing you need to plan for. If you are sensitive to your clothes getting super wet on rides, please remember to bring, a poncho or a change of clothes in a plastic bag. Or, do your best to not, forget those items, because some people don't like walking around in their soaking wet clothes. A lot of people go, oh, why do they have, the water pressure up so high? Especially right now, they may have the water pressure up pretty high to get people wet, because it is starting to get warmer now that we are headed into summer pretty soon. And they want people to be comfortable. Everybody at Knott's also knows how popular the log ride is. Another thing that I really like to do is I like to go sometimes play the arcade and the boardwalk games on the boardwalk at Knott's Berry Farm. The only thing is, I don't know if they're going to do cashless payment for that now too, or if you can use cash for the games. So, another thing is, carry a little bit of cash but not much, but also make sure you have gift cards, credit cards or debit cards, and other forms of cashless payment with you, whatever you use. Another thing that you will need to know is that you will also have to remember that some rides may or may not be open when Knott's reopens as well, because of the social distancing protocols and also state protocols. So I don't know what the rules are going to be on that one. The refurbishment schedule and the ride opening and closure schedule might be on the app and on the Knott's Berry Farm website. So if you're going to go to Knott's Berry Farm soon, I really hope that you're going to enjoy the theme parks as much as I will. Go check out Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant for a great meal and a great experience. Also remember to go to the Knott's Marketplace and other stores to support the people that work in those shops, because they need help keeping in business after the pandemic hurt so many people. So that's all for this video today, Disneylanders with special needs. Bye.